You say.
No, I don't want you say.
No, faster, you say.
Okay, never mind, we say together.
Welcome to SheSaid, let's talk.
Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back to SheSaid Studio. And today is our 5th episode. We'll be starting a series with multiple episodes discussing about female friendships. And today we'll be zooming into how toxic male validation actually affects friendships between females, like girls and girls.
Okay, so what do we really mean when we say a girl needs male validation? What do you think is the definition of that?
I feel like when we say that a girl needs male validation excessively, which is why it's toxic lah, because like she feels the need to have any male or guy, a friend, boyfriend, her crush or whoever to tell her that like, oh, you are very pretty or you're prettier than her. Or like always in competition with another girl, and the need to have somebody to deem her worth and value, and she base off her personal self-esteem on the fact that how many males like her or validate her in a sense. That's my personal definition lah. What about you?
I think personally to me, I feel like it doesn't have to necessarily be in competition with another girl for it to be toxic. Like any form of your self-worth dependent on a male validating you is toxic all in all. And it's different when it's a need or you like it.
Right.
You really need it, you're quite empty without it. And it's like a can I say drugs?
It's addictive like.
Yeah, it's addictive to you because you keep needing it to fill up this void that you have, right? And this is not something that you can improve on or like you can do anything to change, because it's this hole within that you depend on like external validation to keep feeding you into it. And when you need a guy's validation, you kind of like put yourself at a lower
Status?
status compared to the guy, because you deem your own opinion as less valuable than a guy.
Yeah, like when
like
you
that.
require like external validation to tell you how much you are worth or where you stand in a sense in a society, then that's where it becomes a problem.
But I think it's not the same, because it's a bit different, because I feel like everyone craves certain type of validation from somebody. Like personally for me, I've told you before that I think I crave the most from my parents. More in a sense where like they don't validate me enough, but more in a sense where like I feel like I need to be validated by them above anybody else in the world.
You need them to tell you that
Yeah.
you're doing a good job.
But I feel like it's different from like male validation, because it's a dangerous thing for a girl to have like a need for male validation. So if like let's say I'm a girl, right? I'm a girl, right? And like I need validation from my parents. It's not as dangerous as if I need validation from a guy.
Correct. Yeah.
Because
like strangers.
Yeah, like strangers who don't matter to you.
Yeah.
Like I think that's what makes it very, very toxic all in all. Okay.
So I guess for me, what I've noticed is that some girls talk differently and act differently. I think the most common one is they suddenly cannot do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, like usually if they're alone or with their female friends, they can do everything themselves and everything. But when there's guys around, they suddenly cannot do anything. Then what do you see usually about this kind of girls? Like, do you
Usually,
see them?
The kind that I have personally experienced the most is usually the girls would make me look very awkward. Like they'll put me in a very awkward position where like if I laugh it off, it's weird. If I don't talk about it at all, it's weird. And if I talk about it, it's still weird.
Right.
So it's really like a dead end kind of position that they put me in, right? I feel like that's the kind that I experience with the most. I don't really see a lot of girls that completely change when they are around a guy, but I feel like that's what most of what I've experienced the girls do.
Yeah, at least what I've heard lah. What I've heard is like a girl putting down her friend lor, just to make herself look better in front of a guy that she likes and whatnot, which is quite a petty thing to do lah. Yeah. So why do you think that male attention is seen as like a currency between women? Like if you have more male attention, that means that we got more value in a sense.
Oh my god, actually right, so in my secondary school, we used to celebrate Valentine's Day And we
Yeah.
celebrate it with like roses. So there will be this CCA, and they sell like they take your order for roses, right? On Valentine's Day itself, they go around like the classes to give the flowers to the specific girl or guy. And I remember this one girl in my class who was so obsessive with like comparing who gets more flowers, and we were at the ripe age of 13. So like obviously like a lot of my flowers were given by like female classmates, and she will get a lot, by the way, because she's always very nice to everybody,
Right.
and not just guys, like she's very nice to girls as well. But you know, she will always ask around like, oh, how many roses do you get? And it's just weird because like, what is this supposed to show? That you're better than me, that you're more likable than me?
Yeah.
I don't know, I think that was just very odd.
I think some schools do that. My school also, but my school is not roses. Don't need count one, very obvious one. My school is balloons. Can you imagine? You carry 3 balloons is a lot already.
Yeah.
Then got girls with like 5, got 10, got 15, all.
Yeah.
But actually half of it come from friends.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
So-
I maybe she was competing against like who had more friends. But at the same time, I just feel like all along she would, like, I mean later on in the secondary school year she got better, but like lower sec, she has always been quite, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think so, but I think you think so.
Yeah.
But okay, why I
Specifically
say
male validation only.
okay, for male validation wise, right? I think that how do I put it? Depends on what way you define it. Male validation, if you define it in like a sexual manner or in a like a romantic manner, where you feel like the need to have a guy like you or say that you are attractive, then yeah, in excess that's very toxic lah. But if let's say it's a healthy pressure in a sense, where being acknowledged or being affirmed that oh you are pretty, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's a pretty human sociological thing to want to be validated, but it becomes toxic when you fully rely on male validation for any form of self-worth and self-respect. Yeah.
Okay, I think any form of male validation is toxic. And this is simply because I feel like when you do need male validation, you are cutting out like, because there's no term called female validation.
There is, you just don't use it
Yeah, but
often.
like nobody talks about it, you get me?
Yeah, because
And,
the
like,
guys are egoistic, so
yeah,
they
and
don't
guys don't
need
need
it. Yeah.
female validation in that sense, you get me? And their friendship is definitely not affected as often because of female validation. And that's because they realize that, you know, a girl's opinion can be right, but it doesn't mean it's more valuable than mine. And that's the issue with male validation. Like girls who want male validation, right? I feel like it's not the same as, oh, I like this guy, I hope he likes me back. I think that's like a exchange in feelings, right?
Yeah, that's like interest, like working on the
Yeah,
interest.
but I feel like when you need male validation or you want male validation, you're putting your own opinion or the people around you that actually cares about you, you're putting those people's opinions at a lower state or at a lower value than a guy who you might not even know that well.
Correct.
So I feel like that is toxic on its own because we're not progressing as a community and a society towards like a healthy balance
Yeah.
between equality. And I feel like it's okay because like you say, it's natural, but you have to constantly like slap yourself out of it lah.
Yeah, you have to remind
Yeah.
yourself, like when does it become like a bad habit, or when does it get too much,
Yeah.
and when does it actually affect your mental well-being lah.
And I feel like ever changing like the way you dress or the way you look or the way you do things just because a guy's opinion goes against what you want to do, I feel like that is terrible. Like I don't think any girl should do that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you should value people's opinions and people's advice to you, but equally between genders at least. You get what I mean? So like if a compliment from a guy is gonna make me feel really happy because it's a compliment, not because it's from a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my point. The issue with like friendship is that there are some times where you cannot tell if they're just being funny
Right.
or they're being
like the
putting-
line between a joke and a backhanded
Yeah.
backhanded compliment in
Yeah,
a sense.
because I feel like a lot of times they mask it under like, oh, it's just a joke, we're just trying to have like small talks? Why are you being so sensitive about it?
Yeah, don't take it so seriously lah. You
yeah,
know.
but it's like, but you don't say these kind of things to me in private. I've heard people tell me things like, oh, you know, like my friend, when we're in a group with guys, she just comes up and like squeeze my belly fat.
What?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Mm.
It's quite odd. Okay. I don't know. I
you?
don't really
Do you have any?
personally. I don't recall lah. Usually when I have friends like that, I don't even go near to. Not even friends. Like people around me that are like that, I don't even go
Yeah,
close to them.
yeah.
I don't really like it. I feel like they bring very bad energy. I just don't want to associate myself with this kind of person because like eventually you'll become like them also. I don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess for me it's like I know of people who are like that. That are like closer to my other friends, and we are forced to hang out in a group setting, I guess. And I noticed that because my friend will rant to me about this girl. She's like, oh, I really don't like the way she acts around like guys and everything. And I was like, oh, okay. Then initially I was like, okay, I don't think she's doing anything wrong. Maybe she's just very friendly, you know. But after a while, after hanging out with them in group settings multiple times, I realized the girl is the problem. So let me share this story, okay? So my friend and this girl know each other for very long already, and then every time my friend dates a new guy, and then she will intro the guy to us then we'll go out, eat together and everything. Then this girl, right, will always be extra friendly to the guy. Like she will go out of her way to go and ask for his socials, and it's very odd, isn't it? Like, why would you go and ask for the socials of your friend's date? Yeah, then asking for socials, never mind, maybe just like friend want to exchange contact, this kind of thing, like network lah, whatever. But she will go and DM the guys and reply to their stories. So that's where the problem lies. Like, mind you, this girl has a boyfriend, and she's still doing all this kind of thing. Then my friend has always tried to make excuses for her by saying that like, oh, maybe she just want to be nice, or maybe like she want to help the guy get to know my friend better, or like do something lah in like a good way or something.
Okay.
But it becomes too much when like this girl go behind her back to go and tell shit about her to a guy. And then she was just like, huh, why are you like that? I'm closer to you than you are to this guy. You just met this guy and then you go and spill all my secrets to him for what? Then she just told me that she cannot deal with this lah. And then we realized that she don't do it because she particularly like any of the guys. She do it to every single guy that my friend intro her to. So it becomes her problem, like her need for male validation, for them to say that like maybe she's prettier than my friend, or like for them to be closer to her than they are to my friend. Okay, let me read some parts of what my friend said. Okay, she said that this girl acts like the world revolves around her and everyone should accommodate to her, and she's always preying on her, like my friend's downfall. Like she always brag about herself and brag about how many guys like her, etc. Like in front of my friend, when my friend says that like, oh, I want to find a good boyfriend and everything, then she will just say, oh, my boyfriend is good, or like, oh, got a lot of guys like me, etc. Then my friend just say that like she feel like this girl right manipulates all the guys around her to accommodate to her, which made their friendship very toxic in a sense, and it affected their friendship in general lah. And how they concluded is that my friend decided to stop being friends with her lor. Like she just told her that like, I've given you multiple chances. I tried to explain to you that like whatever you're doing is wrong, but you don't see it as you're doing wrong. Because when she confronted the girl said, I don't think whatever I'm doing is wrong, which is quite mind-blowing. No? What do you mean you go and ask for my date's contact, you don't think it's wrong? That's definitely wrong. What? If you don't think it's wrong, you are something is wrong with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like my friend's personal story.
Okay. Actually, I wasn't part of the competition. It was a one-sided competition. Like she was just competing against me, but you know, I was never really like, I never saw her as a threat to whatever that is supposed to be mine. Because I'm Buddhist, so I always believe in like, you know, you just go with the flow and everything
What's meant to be,
yeah, what's meant to be will be.
Yeah.
So you just like, I'm just a very like, okay, chill. And if I think like this guy is gonna choose somebody else over me, then this guy is not for me anyways lah. So I've never really felt like I need to do anything extra to get this guy to like me. But I have felt like my certain friend, let's call her ex, has always put me in competition with her.
Mm.
Which actually initially I've always felt like I needed to heal her because I feel like it's a very sad thing to experience
Yeah.
for herself. Like you get me? Like it's so tiring to always be like up to standard with your friend, or like you feel like there's a need for you to do extra to be better than other people.
Yeah.
So, but eventually, obviously, the friendship did not work out lah because it was toxic.
Correct. Because it's like if she's constantly like putting herself in competition with you, then obviously
Yeah.
the friendship dynamic is already odd. What like
Yeah.
it's toxic in a sense already.
Even if like I'm okay with it, or like I'm okay to look past this part of her, right? Like I feel like it's never going to work out because our our views just do not align, and that cannot work out as friends. What?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like if I'm gonna always think like I need to be better than you, no matter how easy to bully I am, like I will get enough of your shit anyways. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it was very very toxic because ultimately I will always feel the need to just suck it up because I feel like
Right.
I need to let her win in that sense.
Yeah.
So no matter what she said, I was just like okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Until
I
like
agree.
Yeah, but like all these emotions go somewhere. It just keeps getting bottled up until like one day I just cannot take it anymore. Yeah, it is very toxic because it eats into me as well. Not really. I feel like okay, it's a bit off track, but I feel like the way I work with trust is that I will always trust somebody fully once I get to know them and I like this person. So my trust goes like downwards all the time, which is a bit weird. But I feel like whenever I make a new friend, I don't ever like pull my past experiences with me into this new friendship. So not really. I don't think it has affected my trust with my other friends, but I do feel like people who constantly crave for this kind of male attention and male validation and whatnot, right? It's a deep-rooted issue lah that they need to fix.
Yeah, quite sad ma. Actually
Yeah.
quite pitiful if like honestly you just out there seeking male validation and if like one day nobody tell you you're pretty then you just sob for the entire day or whatever. Yeah. So as much as I would say we will want to help them because they're our friends, right? There are also sometimes that honestly most friendships that are like that eventually walk towards the end one. Like I don't think I have any friends that manage to save their friend out of this.
At the end of the day, like I'm not your mom. I shouldn't be dealing with all your like childhood traumas that cause you to be such a bitch. You get what I mean? Like I cannot take it what, but like as a friend, if I love you, I will try to like tolerate as much of you as possible. But it doesn't mean it's okay for you to just be toxic. And honestly, this whole male validation thing, right? It's not just toxic for your friends or like the people around you. It's also toxic for yourself. It's like a disease.
Yeah.
If you constantly like rely on this, like you have absolutely no self-worth.
Yes.
You don't actually think yourself as valuable. You need somebody to tell you that you are better than other people for you to feel like, oh, I'm good. It's terrible lah.
Yeah, it's gonna affect you in the long run lah.
Yeah, you're never going to actually feel fulfilled with anything that you achieve. No matter how many guys like you, you're always gonna feel like this.
There's
just
always
like,
a hole. Like
Yeah.
you never feel like you're 100% satisfied with
Yeah.
whatever you have.
Yeah.
And you always feel the need to go and like ask somebody or seek the validation
Yeah.
elsewhere. Like you don't even have your own self-esteem. Like your self-esteem is zero at that point. If you are so obsessed with having male validation, and I feel it will affect your friendship and your relationship and kinship. Like it affects all form of human relationship that you have.
And the thing is, like, when you are so desperate for it, right? You will take any kind of shit. It's like going to the supermarket when you're hungry.
Yeah.
Like a hungry man would eat anything off the streets. And that's the dangerous thing about it. Because you're so hungry for it, you tend to attract yourself a lot of like terrible guys.
Yeah.
And these kind of girls tend to date like the worst guys ever. And like it's just not good ultimately because
You're self-sabotaging in a sense.
because
Yeah.
when you take anything, you have like absolutely no standard in that sense. Because if a guy makes you feel good enough about yourself, you will feel like this is the love of your life. And you like overlook everything, every red flag about him, and you just go for it. because this guy makes you feel like you're so valuable and you're so loved.
And that's usually the beginning of the relationship, what? Yeah.
Like anyone can make you feel so over the top, over the world, kind of amazing. But it doesn't mean he is a good guy, and that's why I think it's very toxic, because you put yourself, you make yourself vulnerable to that when you really crave for that kind of male validation. Not just because in a friendship it's bad. Honestly, I have never really like confronted a friend about it, because I really have no friends that are like that anymore.
Yeah.
But I feel like in that kind of position, most of the time I just try to take it now. Most of the time it's because it's so obvious. If it seemed like a subconscious thing, I might go and talk to them like, oh, by the way, do you think you should, be more happy with yourself? Or if you feel like you're not happy with yourself, do you think you should go and work on it? But I feel like if, let's say, any of you guys out there who feel like you have a friend like that and want to help her out of it, first of all, definitely don't just bottle it up.
Yeah.
Because you will explode one day, and that's not going to help your friend in any way.
And not just that lah. It's because you allow her to be like that. That's why she continue to be like that. What? Yeah.
You let people step on your head, they're just gonna keep stepping on
Correct.
your head. And secondly, you just need to go into it slowly lah. Like, talk to her like, oh, by the way, like, why do you act like this? Or like, why do you think this guy, blah, blah, blah. Just talk to your friend. I feel like communication is as important.
Open communication.
Yeah,
yes.
communication is as important in a friendship as it is in a relationship. It's so important to talk to your friends and communicate how this friendship makes you feel and how your friend might accidentally have made you feel.
Yeah.
And that's something that I learned from that friendship as well. I like to be very, very open about how I feel with my friends.
Which I feel you should also, because a lot of friendships, right, they might seem like they are very good or healthy on the surface, but actually they have a lot of underlying problems.
Yes.
And friendships actually can have bigger impact on you as compared to relationships also. Like, I think friendship breakups are the worst, honestly speaking. But I would say, like what Emma said, if you feel like you have a friend that's like that, you definitely need to call her out for it lah. But definitely do it in a gentle manner, not like, why you like that? Like, you have to find out what is the deep-rooted issue that caused them to be like this, because I personally believe that there's always something that led them to act like this. Like, there must be something that has happened or that they have experienced or they have seen that caused them to feel the need to crave for male validation. Yeah. And if, let's say, you feel like you are a girl like that, or if you feel affected by this episode, then probably you are the girl that we are talking about. So you have to check yourself lah, and probably if you want to, you can actually ask your friend, do you feel like I am not being like a good friend to you? Like, do you feel like I'm acting a certain way, so that you can actually save your friendships and not lose your friends that genuinely love you and want to help you lah.
And acknowledging your issue is definitely the first step to improving as a person, all in all. But I do think sometimes we, like the society, shame a woman too quickly for like wanting male validation before like anyone even like tries to figure out like what actually is wrong with this girl, or what is causing her to need it so badly. Because I don't think it comes from evil. It definitely does not come from evil.
Yeah, I don't think anybody just naturally born to be like I need male validation.
Yeah, it's the environment or something that is causing her to, behave this way and like feel like without this male validation, like she's completely worthless.
So you can help her, as a friend, I would say the best thing you can do for her is to help her figure out what's this underlying problem that she has, so that she can work on her self-esteem. Because I feel it all boils down to how you view yourself as a person, your self-esteem and your self-worth. And after you fix that, then you probably will not have issues like this.
I think it, like, the cultural thing definitely affects it a lot, but at the same time I don't think it's a huge contribution, because I feel like in specifically Singapore, where I grew up in, it's, how do I put it, like, I don't think my parents would tell me like, oh, this is how you should be or like whatnot, but I feel like it's more of like a in our bones type of thing. Like, women for so many years have been like suppressed, right? For so many centuries have been suppressed that the only way that they can change their life is to depend on a man. And as we are like progressing as a whole gender and a whole society and community in the world, like we are getting to a point where we're getting rid of the last bit of, you know, this kind of mindset.
Yeah.
It's because ultimately when you boil it down, right, it comes to like a woman valuing a male's opinion more than her own kind
Yeah.
or her own. And I feel like that is definitely something about the cultural thing, but at the same time not really.
I think you choose how you want to turn out also.
Mm.
Like the first half of your life, or not first half lah, like growing up while you're still schooling, definitely you can blame it on the environment or blame it on the way you were brought up to act a certain way. But at a certain point, there will be a time where it comes you have to make your own decision already. So you cannot blame it on like cultural standards or like what the society deem as normal for you to act like that. Yeah. So I think
like the environment can shape somebody into like a certain type of person, but at the same time I feel like a lot of it comes from like the childhood law.
yeah.
Like let's say a girl who has never really like her dad has never really been around or never really had a father figure, I feel like that might cause the girl to, you know, severely become someone who lacks like male validation and needs male validation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably also. Or like being brought up in a family where like you always get criticized until the point that you do something good. Then you get like praised and then you feel like, oh, this is what I want.
Yeah,
Or,
and you just start this like whole lifelong of a marathon to chase for
yeah.
that kind of feeling.
But at the end of the day, I feel as a society, what we can do is not shame people about it, but more of like try to help them lor. Yeah. So, do you feel like it's better to walk away from these friendships, or is there value in staying and setting boundaries?
I feel like there is value in staying and setting boundaries, but only if that person, the other party, is willing to learn and improve and, you know, become better. Because if they're not or they don't actually see the problem, then there's definitely no point in staying lah.
Yeah, like as much as we say that you should help your friend, but if your friend don't want to change or she don't acknowledge it as a problem, then probably it's a sign for you to just leave, because it can take a mental toll on you as a friend. Because like if you have somebody beside you that keeps putting you down just to make herself look better in front of a guy, or like
eventually eat into your own self-esteem.
yeah, it's gonna like start to make you wonder like, oh, am I really that horrible of a person for her to like say some such thing about thing or do such things to me and everything. Yeah, so I feel that if let's say we want to actually keep a healthy and strong female friendship, I don't think male validation should be coming in between that. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think male validation should be coming in between you and yourself at all, to be honest. I
Yeah.
don't think any girl needs male validation, and if you feel like you do need male validation, you should get a hobby and improve on yourself so that you can love yourself properly.
Yeah, you should put a value to yourself and to your name and everything.
Value your own opinions more than anybody's.
Mm-mm-mm.
First and foremost, always listen to yourself first.
Yeah,
Instead of listening to so many people's voices and
correct.
oh, I think you should wear this. You look so much cuter wearing this.
Start validating yourself before like looking outside, because when you validate yourself and you are in a sense like self-sufficient and happy with being alone and being who you are, right? No matter what anybody says, you will not change for them or see the need to change for them. And that's like the healthiest state a person can be in. And two healthy females together are very, very strong and very powerful. Okay, unstoppable. Okay, anything else you want to say?
Lastly, I just want to say that every girl, if you are, and to all the girls, if you are like going through this kind of issues and you do realize your issues and you're open to get help, talk to your friends that would help you, friends who are there for you to improve yourself and, you know, get out of this like vicious, endless cycle of needing male validation, because honestly, they ain't shit.
Okay, so we've come to another episode, the end of another episode. If you like our video, please remember to like it, subscribe to us, comment down below if you have any
click the bell
stories.
button.
Yeah, click the bell button
The bell
to,
button.
to get notified whenever I upload a video.
Yes. Or just come back every Friday.
Yeah, and comment down below if you have any stories to share, any struggles that you face as a female in Singapore or as a
any
female in
suggestion that
general.
you guys want us to talk about.
Any topics that you want us to talk about.
And also comment down below your opinions on this because we want to get everybody talking.
Yeah, we want to have more stories also because personally we don't have that many personal stories to share. But as we said in the beginning, this is a multiple episodes thing. We'll be making more episodes talking
On
about
female
this female friendship. Yes, so that's all we have for you today. This is SheSaid Studio
Where we say what needs to be said
in our own ways. Bye bye.